Hello, lovely people. How are you doing? How are you out there? My name's John O'Casson. This is the Warm and Toasty Club Online Memory Afternoon, episode 60. 60. We've reached the big 60. Year and a bit of doing these shows. It's lovely being with you on a Friday. And we've reached 60 episodes. What have we got for you today, good people of Internet Land? We've got all sorts. We've got the usual good banter. We've got a special singing guest, Sasha, Tragic Sasha, as she's sometimes known, will be coming along and singing to you a little bit later. Well worth tuning in. She's got a fabulous voice if you've not heard of her before. Lovely songs too. Memory of the week. This week, here's the seed being sown. This week's memory is water and summer. So thinking of memories of Lidos and swimming pools, of parks with boating lakes and ponds, of pedalos and paddling in the sea, even if you've had a bit of a fountain sprouting up in the pavement, any of that. All about water, things you might have done when you were younger. Did anybody go to the Colchester Lido? That's what I'm wondering. That would be interesting to hear because I'm fascinated by that place, only having found out about it in recent years. We've got the retro raffle. Of course, we have 2 questions, 2 virtual prizes. What else have we got? We've got, apart from Sasha, we've got Ice Lolly of the Week is back. Yes, indeed. 2 big hitters for you to what are you going to do over them? You're going to debate them in your mind. You're going to lick the lid of life and sunshine. And we've got Jeanette's poem of the week, of course, coming up. Talking of Jeanette, not talking of Tom, but he is with us too. Tom Hardy and Jeanette Lyons, are you receiving us?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. How are you, Tom?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Thank you for asking.
I like your sticky up hair. It looks really nice in the sunshine.
Yeah, it just won't go down, I think.
I like how the sun goes through it.
I tried.
You look like the saint, like you've got a halo built in.
Oh, well, that's very kind. I'm not sure about that, though.
Roger Moore. Jeanette, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Really great. I've just had a really, really lovely week. Thank you.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Someone's ringing my doorbell and I'm not sure if anybody's answering it.
No.
Have a look.
Right. Come on, Tom, we can fill.
Oh,
no.
We could pop round and answer the door.
I don't know what's going on there. They'll have to leave it outside and someone will have to come back and pick it up in a minute or 2. It's like somebody said the other day, the Amazon man, he knocked yesterday. He says, "You're all right. You're not feeling well," because he didn't have a parcel for me. How do I send a message on this? So just while I do this, I'm distracted by the door. I'll just send a message to somebody saying door, and that might do it.
You not just shout door.
Door.
No. Not near the microphone.
What they do now is, I don't know if you ever have parcels come to your house. If you're not around, they just leave it outside and take a photo of it outside.
Yeah.
Not necessarily your house, apparently.
Well, yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we see what happens there.
I bought a motorbike jacket recently, and I got in from work or wherever I'd been, and there was a Hermes card just on the doormat inside the door. And I thought, oh no, I've missed them. And I looked at it and there was absolutely nothing written on it either side. So no clues. There was nothing at all written. And I just didn't understand. And I thought, well, perhaps they threw it over the back gate because it was locked. No, nothing there. It's only a jacket all squashed up. And I just thought, oh, well, never mind. And then a couple of hours later, I thought, he couldn't have put it out under my bike cover because I was out on my bike. But I thought, oh, go out and have a look. And it was there just by the door and I hadn't noticed it. I'd walked past it and it managed to stay there for a couple of hours while I went and thought about it.
I had one a couple of years ago where it was just a cable had come or it didn't come, and I wrote to whoever sent it and said, look, it hasn't arrived. I said, "Oh, we definitely sent it," and he said they've delivered it. And about 2 months later, I was doing some potting in the garden just outside the back garden, and they'd thrown it over a fence, and it'd gone in a sort of bowl, a bucket that was empty. It got all water all over it, and it'd been there so long that the cardboard had just totally gone bleached and was perforated. And I found it like 2 months later.
That's great.
I loved it. They just fling it over the fence.
Yeah. Oh, I had that. I bought somebody some lamps for Christmas, some, table lamps, and two, and with bulbs and everything. And I got in, and I just looked through my kitchen door out to just below the gate. Garden gate was all locked, and the parcel had been literally thrown over a tall gate. It was covered in fragile tape.
Oh no!
And why would they do that? Why would they think a fragile thing being thrown over a tall gate? But anyway, it was all right, nothing broken.
I don't know. I had one. They left it in front of the back wheel of the car, unbeknown to me, under the car, and I partially drove over it and thought, "What's that?" And luckily, I can't remember what it was. It wasn't fragile, but it was all right. But I half drove over it.
It wasn't a pet.
Oh yeah, it was a little dog we'd ordered. Pets are us. No, it wasn't a pet. I don't know what it was, but it was all right. Don't know, by hook or by crook, we've managed to do it. So it's probably out there. If anybody's passing my door, don't steal the parcel, please. I've got one of them ring things, so I can see you from here. You know, like they have them cameras with a ring bell.
Yeah.
You can look on your phone. Oh, hello, yeah. I'm on holiday. Just leave it at the front.
Come around the back and break in.
Yeah, there we have it. Let's do the retro raffle, people.
Yeah.
It's the retro raffle, and it's coming to your screen. It's the retro raffle, never has been seen. It's the retro raffle, and it's coming to your screen. Oh yeah, it's coming to your screen. Retro raffle, Facebook Live. Yeah. Okay, retro raffle, episode 60. Ooh, I think the retro raffle is the one that's lasted the whole time. Thereabouts. So I've got two questions for you. Got some lovely prizes. Lovely. As this week's about water in the summer, of lidos and swimming pools and ponds and lakes, I've managed to, via Dirty Barry, to get hold of some imitation versions of these flying ducks, which he said that he got off the set of Coronation Street from Hilda Ogden's house. I don't believe him. I think he was making it up, but there they are. They are virtual. Remember, you could get a chance of virtually winning these. For people that are, my rudeness, I must apologise. Hi from Kim. Hi, Kim. Christine says, hello, my favourite three. You cheeky Chrissy. I love it. What about the innocent Brian? Jenny says, hi, everyone. I'm here too. Hi, Jenny. Carol's here. Hi, Carol. Thomas is here. Hi, guys, says Thomas. Nice to see you, Tom. Jeanette is here. Oh, she's there. She's doubling up. And Tom's here as well. He's doing it as well. They're doing comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you the first question, then I'm going to run to the door. Because I'm starting like stressing about it a little bit.
You need to play a song, I think.
What, while I'm running?
Yeah, that's what you do, isn't it? On the, like, if you're a DJ, you sort of put a song on or something.
Benny Hill.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it looked like. Have you seen a big bloke run? See this fella. Here's the question. I'll pose it to you, and you two can just look alluring while I just run to the door. I'm really stressing about it now. It's not anything important. I know it's not anything important. I think it's actually, I'll tell you what it is. We if we had a recipe book, we kept getting them really messy when we'd put them make food, and they'd get all splodges of food on them when you're making it. So we've bought a Perspex. Wasn't my idea, but it's good. A Perspex cookery book holder that if food drips, it won't hit the book. You see. Tell you what, of all the things we need in our lives, and this is what I'm worrying over.
I'd buy a laminator.
I'll get there.
I'd laminate everything.
No, you can't laminate a whole book. By the two greasy bikers or whatever they're called, going vegan. Two greasy bikers go vegan, and you can't laminate that whole book.
I think they're hairy, not greasy. Well, I don't know.
Here's the question for you. You ponder it, people, and give us your answer on the comments if you want to join in. If you're listening at home, just play along for fun. Where is the largest seawater lido in the country? Where is the largest seawater lido? Is it A, Stonehaven Open Air Pool in Stonehaven, Tinside or Tyneside Lido Plymouth, Jubilee Pool Cornwall? Hold on, I'm getting ready to run. Or Livingston Sea Water Baths in Hampshire?
Quick.
I wasn't concentrating. I was looking at the ducks and I was thinking about Jono running and how far away it is to his front door from there. He has got 2 rooms to go through, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, let's hope there's nothing in the way. There might be things to jump over and things like
hurdles.
that.
Yeah. Maybe it was his wife that's just left the room with hurdles, and then she's been round the front and pressed the doorbell and nipped back round the back.
Well, Jenny has no idea, like us, I think.
Right? Yeah. No,
I think she should just have a go, though.
Make up. So were there 4 choices? So you could just say A, B, C, or D if you can't remember the actual things that Jono said.
They were A, Stonehaven Open Air Pool in Stonehaven, B, Tyneside Lido in Plymouth, C, Jubilee Pool in Cornwall, Leamington Seawater Baths, Hampshire. And I can confirm somebody's nicked it already.
I don't even know.
There's no parcel there.
Yeah.
But it might not have been a parcel.
Well, I got a message saying it's been delivered.
It probably was a parcel then.
There we go. I didn't want it anyway.
Maybe they've put it under your gate door, the one for the fence, the one by the garage.
Yeah, well, now that's got a wood bit at the bottom now, Tom. That's got a trim on it. Can't do that anymore.
Maybe they've thrown it on your garage roof.
Maybe it's on the garage roof, Tom.
Yeah.
That's true. We'll probably find it in a couple of months when next year when I get to doing something on my garage roof.
Or you might run over it in your car.
In my car. D says Jenny. She's going Leamington Seawater Baths. Christine's going Tyneside or Tinside Lido Plymouth. Carol's going pure guess D, Leamington Seawater Baths. Wouldn't it be nice today? I don't know what it's like where you guys are. I know Jeanette and Tom, it's going to be nice. But you guys out there, just to sort of like have a little seawater bath behind your back door or something. You could just sit in it with steps, so you can carefully go into it. Oh, that'd be lovely.
I thought of going to Southend tomorrow afternoon.
I've heard about that. I've read about you doing that on the internet.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, well, you tell everybody what you're doing with your life on the internet, don't you?
Well, I haven't told them yet, but yeah, I thought I might go and see the Injury exhibition.
Yeah, I saw that. Saw you might be going. Well, if you do, I hope you enjoy it.
I'm more interested in the seaside now.
Will you get involved with some seawater?
I hope so. Depends what time I'm there. And yeah, I don't know. I might take Fozzie.
Will you go on the pier?
I don't know. Because I'm going out for lunch with Carol tomorrow lunchtime. So when we're finished, then I'm going to drive down to Southend. And I don't know what time I'll get there, whether things will still be open. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to make any solid plans, but I do like your idea. Sorry, eating carrots. I do like your idea about, just outside the door and having a seawater pool out there. That would be nice.
Bring a little thimble of seawater for me and Tom. We don't need much.
Okay, I'll put it in a little spray bottle so it'll give you the kind of sea mist effect. How about that?
Sea mist, yeah. And bring us a shell so we can hear it.
Maybe you could get a very long hose pipe and a pump to fill up the paddling pool.
Yeah. Is that an app you can get in your phone? Can I just put it into my phone and it will come out of yours?
A virtual swimming pool.
So the answer is hi. Oh, sorry, Sandra. Nice to see you, Sandy. She's in the park. She says hi.
Oh,
Hi from the park, and you're listening to us in the park. Love it. I love it. She sort of roves around all over the place, as Sandy. The answer to the question, which is pure guess from Carol. Tom knew it. Jenny knew it. She's the queen of the retro raffle scene. No, you didn't. I was lying. It's C. It's C. The answer was the largest seawater lido in the country is Jubilee Pool in Cornwall, and no one got it. Yes, we can have one of those ducks each.
Wow. I can't believe nobody got it. I'm having a
Nobody got it. She's checking. Jeanette is actually checking us now as we speak.
So
no C's.
Thought it was D. Yeah.
I'm taking it away because me, Tom, and Jeanette are going to be flying high with the runaway ducks.
Did you used to have those in your living room when you were young?
No, I just saw them on Hilda Ogden's wall.
Oh, my mum actually had them. I remember them.
Did she really?
But she didn't have them in a little group like that. She had them, kind of
spread out.
In a line. Yeah, I remember that on the dining room wall.
Well,
sorry, what was the winner?
The winner was C, Jubilee Pool in Cornwall.
Yeah, well, Kim, guess Cornwall.
Guess Cornwall. Kim, you get the ducks. Oh, Jeanette, we can't have the ducks. We've got to send them to Kim. Kim, Ken. Oh, Kim and Ken and Marie and the gang. We can have one each of those.
Sorry, I just saw that and thought I had to say.
Well done, Kim. And sorry I missed you out. That was all my running around made my brain go freaky dicky.
Yeah, we've got no excuse. We just wanted the ducks.
We just wanted the ducks. I realised I've asked them the wrong way round because of the nature of the questions. The second question is you can win these, and I've answered the questions the wrong way round again. Jono, you really need to talk to yourself, boy. You can win if you go into the seaside, if you're going down the Flumes or the Lido, you need a pair of these if you're a man. These are Dirty Barry's old ones. And for the ladies, I've got a really nice set for the ladies, barely worn. And
I like that.
They're quite nice, aren't they?
I'd wear that.
But, have you ever worn woolen swimming gowns, swimming costumes before in the water?
Not woolen, but a kind of seersucker one that was quite absorbent and elasticy. And I do remember coming out of the pool or the sea or whatever, and the crutch being just a little lower than my knees, drooping right down, full of water.
Well, I lost my cherry when I first wore a pair of those because they just fell down to the floor and I was trying to hold them up. Everybody saw me. I was a little boy and I was so embarrassed. I don't know why my mum or whoever would knit a pair of swimming trunks.
No.
It's not a great idea, is it?
It's not a great look.
Maybe we could bring it back, though, because that'd be quite funny. I'm always up for looking at people with their cozies falling off and having a laugh.
Oh, well, you're now missing. Well, I've got the questions the wrong way round. Here's the question to win those delightful woolen garments. According to the Canal and River Trust, what is a duck's favourite food? Is it A, bread, B, chips, C, kale, or D, doner kebab, salad, chili, everything?
Well, I think seagull is chips, isn't it? Because you see them stealing from people.
They do actually steal them.
Or ice cream.
Yeah.
They steal
ice cream as well.
Steal ice cream.
They'd get that all over their faces, surely.
Yeah, I read about it. Apparently, they sort of, it doesn't look like it, but they do it in a gang, and there's always one that's the lookout, one that's sort of the instigator to dive in.
Right.
Jenny's going C, kale. Kim's happy because she's just saying, yay, I got it. You're right, Kim. But because I got the questions wrong, I might have to send you some men's woolen underpants that are slightly worn. That's not good, is it? Sandra in the park's got it. So with C. Brenda, she says, hello, lovely people. Good to see you. It's good to see you too, Brenda. Christine's got C as well. This is starting to form a little theme here. We're going to wait a second. Avoid the obvious silence.
It looks like I'm wearing those pants. If I stand up.
Oh, yeah.
Does it look like I'm wearing them?
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they look good on you, isn't it?
I've just got to tuck my top in them. Oh, this is not what people expected when they tuned in.
I know. Sorry, we were.
Jeanette in big woolly pants.
What are we like?
No
What's the
toms, they want
question,
them
please?
You've pulled them very high now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. keep your armpits warm.
Yeah.
That's how Simon Cowell wears his swimming trunks. Brenda,
he's probably got a pair of them, hasn't he?
Yes, yes. Brenda, the question is, according to the Canal and River Trust, what's a duck's favourite food? A, bread, B, chips, C, kale, D, doner kebab, salad, chili, everything. So I'm going to give you a second for that while we talk about Simon Cowell's undergarments.
This would surely
Cowell
have sequins on or glitter or something.
Who did what?
Simon Cowell's would have a little bit more kind of sparkle on them, some kind. Sequins, I'm thinking.
Do you think so?
No.
Does he wear sequins?
Have you ever seen him?
Probably on his underwear. Have you seen his underwear?
No.
Have you though?
No, well, apparently you have, haven't you?
Yeah.
I did go on Britain's Got Talent. That was funny.
So is that part of the audition, seeing his underwear?
Yeah. Can you survive without any eye bleach after you've seen them?
Would you get a full tour with Sunita? Yeah, because he just normally wears jeans, a white t-shirt or white top, or black trousers if he really wants to be smart, up to there.
Yeah.
I ain't seen no sequins.
No.
Anyway, people want to win these prizes. Let me say that Jenny's got it right, Sandra's got it right, Christine's got it right, Keith has got it right, Brenda's got it right, and Kim has got the full whammy. She's got it right. It is C. According to the Canal and River Trust, a duck's favourite food is kale. Greenery. Yeah.
I heard it wasn't bread, and that's what a lot of people do feed them.
Yeah, bread's not really that good for them, apparently.
Yeah.
So you're going to get the male or female version of that costume winging its way to you, or not. So yeah, look out for that in the post. It should arrive Royal Mail in about 2034. So check it's not thrown over the back garden fence. And Christine says, thank you, just received your newsletter. Yes, the new ones just was sent out on Thursday, and I'll send it to the digital people. And I've not sent the digital ones out yet. So that was a retro raffle. There we have it. Let me see on my screen whether I can find our guest, if she's available. No, she's not there. We'll have to come back to her in a minute. Hold on, she's coming through. Let me check that she's there with us. Yes, she is there. This is the one and only Sasha.
Hey.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I've been enjoying the retro raffle.
The retro raffle, yeah. Have you ever worn woolen underwear? Not underwear. That sounds rude. Have you ever worn woolen swimming outfits?
No, not yet. But
no. Just stay with no for the rest of your life, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure I fancy them all falling down. You know.
No, it's deadly. It really is deadly stuff. So you're broadcasting live from London, Hackney, London today.
Hackney, London. Yes, from isolation.
From isolation? Why you in isolation? A friend's got the dreaded shrinks or whatever they call it.
Yep. One of my flatmates has the dreaded COVID, so we're all being kept in for 10 days. So this is day 2, so I'm not quite stir crazy yet, but I'm sure it'll happen very soon.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. Write some songs about it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing else to do, so that's usually when I'm most productive. So I've got nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do. You choose everything else but writing songs.
Yeah.
Well, I hope your friend's okay and they get through it all right.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's only 8 days left.
Yeah, counting down the days already.
Yeah.
So you're here to sing us songs because you're rather brilliant.
Thank you.
Should we hand it over to you and you can just do your thing? Because we're not sure what the Hackney internet is like these days. They run it on Steam lately, don't they?
Yeah, well, apparently today they do. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I see you've been popping in and out there. I don't want to lose your signal. 50
Okay,
pence in
fine.
the meter. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll get out of the way and introduce the rather wonderful Sasha.
Don't wanna take it out on you. I hurt myself, I hurt you too. So I keep quiet, no one has to know. Like censorships and anecdote, and round and round and round we go. Happy, sad, happy. I don't wanna take it out on you. I hurt myself, I hurt you too. I'm so intense, I'm like a teenager at 25. I hate myself, feel everything, 50 shades of hell. There's nothing harder than a quiet trauma, bottled up and waiting for a trigger. I'm the worst kind of sad. Write it on the page, but don't dig up the past. Don't wanna take it out on you. I hurt myself, I hurt you too. I could probably say 1,000 things, but you can't be my therapist.
Lovely, Sasha. Absolutely lovely.
Thank you. Could you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Kind of cutting out?
I could hear you here and it was fine. I just wanted to grab you because I saw that your reception's not particularly great. No
Okay.
fault of your own. It's just the world we live in now. So many people are reliant on the internet.
Yeah, I know. It's so annoying. I don't know why. It's always the way. It's been perfect. Honestly, I was like, the internet here is better than the internet at my parents' house. So I was like, great.
Yeah.
Great. But apparently it just doesn't like me very much today. So
No.
You sounded lovely, and it was really clear through my earpiece. Really lovely.
okay, good.
Yeah. Brenda applauded, says lovely song.
Oh,
Carol said that was lovely, lovely voice.
Lovely.
Lovely. So it was coming through loud and clear. I think it's like anything with the internet. It might not be there's loads of people on your connection, or it might be. But then if it's a busy time of day and if you're in with Virgin or BT and a lot of people are using the same service in the area, it all builds up and it's not always our fault. Another applause from Jenny. And Kim says, lovely song, very relaxing.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
That's nice. That's a good review.
That is. I like that.
And Sandra from the park says, yes, was good here.
It's good in the park. Okay.
It's good in the park.
Good
You're making music.
Good anywhere.
Yeah, you're making music to make people relax. It's very lovely. It's lovely in the park. Hopefully Sandra will be dipping her feet in the local pond and she can say, oh, that's Sasha's music's lovely while I'm dipping my feet in the pond.
That is what it was intended for.
You're a very, very talented artist and we're lucky to have you with us. But I'm going to get rid of you for a minute while we do a couple of other things and put another 50p in the meter and we'll be back with you in a little while, if that's okay.
No problem.
Thanks, Sasha. Thanks for hanging in there. We'll see you in a mo. Sasha.
That's lovely. What a lovely, lovely, sweet voice and really nice music.
She's been, well, I first heard her, I think, through Fresh on the Net, where I was moderating and on the team there. And she came and played a number of our in-person memory afternoons a few years back. I remember she made it all the way to Walton on the Naze for one afternoon. She may have come to another one on the coast when we were doing our coast to coast tour, and she just continues to get better. She's like a fine wine, yes. And it's a pleasure to have her on our show. Sandra says it's a bit dirty to do that with dipping her feet in the pond and lots of ducks. Oh, can't you do it for us and send us a video?
You could go down to the old Lido.
Lido. Do you say Lido or do you say Lido?
Really, Lido, I suppose.
Lido, discard the whole thing off. What do you say, Lido?
Unless you're Boz Scaggs, and he did a song called Lido.
Yeah, I say Lido.
Shuffle.
Lido.
Yeah.
No, it's too obscure for me. You know all these obscure music questions. I know you do.
Oh, you'd know Boz Scaggs.
Yeah, I heard of him. Yeah, I used to play with him down the ball. Yeah, he used to do the Friday night spot at 6:00. Boz Scaggs coming up, ladies and gentlemen, on the open mic night. It's Boz Scaggs first. He always.
I'm going to look up some Boz Scaggs and have a listen.
Yeah,
he did a really nice one called Simone as well as Lido.
You had to put 50p on the pool table, right? And that meant you're on next. And then there'd be a row of 50p's. If anybody that played pool in the pub, there'd be a row of 50p's. Even though it wasn't, Boz Scaggs was always there saying that his was the first 50p and his was the next go on the pool table. And then when he got on, he played really slow till everybody was bored and went on. Anyway, I love Boz Scaggs. So if you're watching, Boz, we love you, really.
He kept missing shots, I thought, didn't he? So he could stay on the table longer.
Just to stay on the table. Just wasn't good.
I missed all that. I miss you guys.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Miss Boz Scaggs down at the ball. Sandra, she's up at the top of the park now, near cafe, sitting on grass. I think she's on a bike or on a little low-flying aeroplane or something. She gets about a bit.
I was there on Saturday afternoon, and a really nice bunch of jazz musicians were playing on the bandstand. It was really lovely, and it was so nice to see people just out sitting on the grass, and they'd put chairs out as well, and it was being organised by that cafe, which is nice because that's where Neve used to work.
Well, your daughter used to work, yeah.
But it was so nice to be out in the sunshine with lots of people sitting around and some live music. It really felt like things were kind of coming back to normal, and it was beautiful jazz, really nice.
Yeah, they're good for that on an afternoon, often Sunday, isn't it?
Well, Saturdays and Sundays, so
they've expanded. Yeah.
Yes, they have. So I hope Sandra's enjoying it with or without music.
Yeah, we hope you're enjoying it. You're having a lovely time, Sandra. We're going to ask you about the memory of the week, which goes like this. Memory of the week. So, as I mentioned at the opening of the show, Tom and Jeanette may have some memories of this. It's all about water. Water. There ain't no tea in water. Lidos in the summer. Did you go to Lidos? Did you go to swimming pools? Did you go to boating lakes and have a pedalo on the pond? Did you have a remote control boat, or did you have a paper boat on the pond? Did you have bread for the ducks? Did you do a bit of fishing and catch a little stickleback? Paddling in the sea, fountains in the pavement. What are your memories of water and summer? Go, lady in the middle, Jeanette.
I haven't really got very many, to be honest. I didn't really go near a lot of water.
You were too poor to have water.
Too poor to have water. Yeah, we lived in a hut in a field in nowhere. You know that. No, I do remember visiting Colchester when I was little, because all our aunties and uncles and grandparents lived here, and going to the open air swimming pool. I never heard it being called a Lido until the one in Brightlingsea opened. But Colchester open air swimming pool, that was quite nice. But there was no seats or anything. It was just concrete steps, really kind of quite horrible if you scuffed your knee or stubbed your toe. And there were little cubicles all the way around, just kind of doors. And I was a very shy young girl, and I wanted to get changed in there. And because there's so many of us, and my mum going, "Don't be silly, no, just get changed here. I'll hold the towel up," and she's going to accidentally drop the towel or whatever. But I do remember kind of being there. I don't remember being in the water. I think it was just too cold for me. But it was quite nice to be surrounded by kids playing, and I didn't like being splashed.
I can't imagine
That's
you
all I
shy.
want.
I can't imagine you shy.
I
Jeanette.
was painfully shy, really, really painfully shy until I was about 16. And I'd go red if anybody looked at me. I was just, very shy. And then I met Gary Leach.
And my life
And,
changed.
brought out, well, yeah, and we kind of hung out a bit for a couple of years, by which time I'd overtaken. And now, compared to me, he's shy.
Yeah, I was very shy as a boy. I was.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And you kind of get through that and you come out the other side and you think, well, what the heck was all that about? That was a pointless waste of time being shy. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
I mean, I weren't shy sort of like around swimming pools and swimming costumes, mostly because I'd run around completely naked. And and that only stopped in my early 30s with that episode of Police. And when I got stuck in the flume going down the swimming pool at Colchester Leisure Centre. That's been in the papers, so I don't need to go over that again. Tom, memories of splashing about when you were young?
Well, I used to go to the Colchester Lido,
yeah.
And yeah, it was just freezing. It was just bloody freezing cold. That's what I remember of it. But it did have, and also the extraordinarily deep end, and which seemed to be very deep when I was younger. And we used to have quite a lot of trouble getting down to the bottom of the deep end and touching the bottom.
But you did you get there?
I did, yeah. And then there was the diving board, which is, you can still see it on the bridge, can't you? There's a sort of place where it used to be stuck to the bridge.
Yeah.
Down there now.
Yeah.
But we used to go swimming in just the river in the Cone, just down here on a summer, in the summer. Yeah. So we used to just go down there and have a swim in the river, which you never see anymore.
No.
At all down in the castle. Do you?
Well, maybe not there.
Not there.
In the park, but I've got quite a few friends that are doing wild swimming, either in rivers or in the sea. And they're doing it all winter.
Yes, no, I just meant down down
the
Castle Park. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're not allowed. I don't know. I did hear you can't ride bicycles in the Castle Park.
Well, you've
never not in the river. You don't.
You've never been able to ride bicycles in the Castle Park. There's big signs.
But I kind of think maybe there's signs that I haven't noticed saying you can't go in the river as well.
No,
if it's in the park. Maybe they're responsible.
Well, but then there's the bit we never used to go in the park bit particularly, but there's that bit that's sort of just next to it, isn't there? Because the Lower Castle Park gates end, and then there's the Paxman's Fishing or whatever it used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. Lovely memories. Thank you very much.
And you used to see a lot of water voles down there, which you don't see anymore.
What's happened to all the water voles in Colchester? Who's been getting hold of them? It's a mystery. Yeah, water voles. It's nice to see. Brenda says, shy like me, Jeanette, until my first job. And she also says, never known you to be a shy boy, Johnny. I was shy, Brent. I was really painfully shy from probably about, 9 or so, maybe into sort of my early teens. It's just sort of those growing pains, and I just was terribly shy. But I masked it like I do now. Outside of this, I'm normally quite quiet, and people think, you're messing us about, but I am. I'm quite quiet, and just always. It's been in a big family. I was one of 5, so you always had to fight for attention. Fight, or you had to be a show off, or you didn't get any food. Keith says, climbing over the local grammar school back wall to use their swimming on the weekends. Oh, brilliant. Nice, yeah. I wonder if that was an indoor or an outdoor pool. Yeah, grammar school had an outdoor pool, did they, Keith, or was it indoor?
Was that in Colchester?
It doesn't say. We need more information.
Theirs is outside. Yeah. You can get a key, can't you?
I think if you're one of the teachers at the sixth form college, and I know about 6 of them.
No, people, you can get a key. There's
I
probably a
think
waiting
single
list
was allowed.
and stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's sort of like
Right.
loads of keys, but I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some people that.
Tom, can I just say your voice is very deep and theatrical. Like you could be on stage today. It's very I can't think of the name of the
Matthew
actor.
Cramptonish.
It's deeper than Matthew can do it.
Ooh.
What's caused that, Tom? What's made?
Well, I've been practicing doing Hamlet in the park. So yeah, it's probably that. Yeah.
Hamlet in the park, of course.
Give us a bit then. Give us a bit.
No, I can't. You know, you'll have to come and see the actual show.
Yeah, it's RADA and that. They can't do
Yeah.
it's a RADA thing. They can't just...
Yeah, you'd have to pay me huge amounts of money.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I just don't want to spoil the show. Yeah.
It's actors' unions, you know.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to have any more shows for the rest of the year if
Well,
I
I'm not
did.
asking you to give away the ending or anything. No spoilers.
No. You know, being an actor and you get paid, you have to be paid,
Actor.
and it'll be. Well, no, I'm not an actor. Just an actor.
It's an actor. It's a craft. It's a craft, and it deserves paying.
Yes.
This is what we forget. We don't pay for the arts nowadays. You want it all free, don't you, people? Yeah. But Tom's right. He's sticking to his guns. Jenny, she says, I remember Colchester Open Air Swimming Pool. It wasn't called a posh name like Lido. Neither was Brightlingsea in those days, as Jeanette mentioned. Yeah, just their open air swimming pool. I only found out about it about 3 years ago, and I just thought, like the Roman being Colchester being a Roman town, and there being places in Colchester where the Romans there's evidence of them having amphitheatres and all sorts. I kind of pictured in my head when I heard about this Lido or open air swimming pool that there was going to be like it was a little space still in the Roman style, but it was much more modern than that. Brenda says Victoria Park Lido in the summer with my friends and Hackney swimming bars occasionally. Yeah, and they had a great joke shop near Hackney swimming bars, I remember. Brian, the innocent one, he says I used to go to the swimming pool. I dived off the diving board and split. He's run out of letters there. I hope he didn't split his head open or something.
I think he split his trunks. He split his trunks.
He didn't. I used to dive off the swimming pool and split my trunks. Were they woolen, Bri? Oh, don't. Everybody loved him after that. He split his trunks. Oh, how embarrassing that could be. Oh, my word. Jenny says, yes, Tom, it was a freezing cold when we went with the school in the summer term. Regardless of how cold it was, we had to go in. Yes. Carol was always at the Lido in Hackney when I was a kid. Didn't wear a knitted swimsuit though, and went for trips on the big boat on the Vicky Park Lake. Yeah, I caught a stickleback in with little fishing rod in Victoria Park Pond or Lake, whatever it was called. And I brought it home, and I wondered why it only lasted a day when we left it in a pot in the garden. That's evil, isn't it? Kim, she says, we hired a boat out at Barking Park. Not very good with being on the water, but faced my fears and enjoyed it with my family. Ken wanted to show me how good at rowing he was. He used to work on a boating lake. Did you, Ken DeLue? That's a nice memory, Kim. Thanks for that. Thomas Tom, he says, my teenage years were in the Cotswolds. We swam in the River Colne. Oh, sounds lovely.
Without an E.
Yeah, without an E. Because
it's not a proper river cone, is it? Yeah.
It's not a cone like here. It's a different one. It's probably very scenic. It sounds rather glorious, Thomas.
It was really. I remember visiting him there, and there was near Byberry, which is a really lovely trout fishing thing. I think Roger Daltrey has a trout fishing farm there or something. Anyway, beautiful area. Really, really nice.
Sounds it. Apparently, Brenda says, there's a wonderful Lido near the sea in Plymouth. It was on TV recently. Yes, it was on the Retro Raffle. The Tyneside Lido in Plymouth is a seawater Lido, Brent. That might be the same one. She says, I don't remember you when you were 8. What? I thought you remembered me at all ages, Brenda. I'm really saddened by that.
You're too shy to remember, you see.
Too shy. Hush, eye to eye. Kim says, outdoors, Salisbury. It's in Salisbury, Jeanette.
Oh, right.
Not local.
Similar thing then. Grammar schools give keys out to their swimming pools. I like that.
Yeah, great memories. And Sandra's off to do some shopping. See you again later. See you, Sandy. See you, love. She gets about a bit, doesn't she? She's off to do shopping like it's in a normal world. You can just go out and do shopping, go to parks. What are you thinking? So here's the choice, because I wanted to grab Sasha early. I think we should get her back before we do the Ice Lolly of the Week. What do you vote, Tom and Jeanette?
Yes, sounds good to me.
You say yes.
I'm going to go with you, Jono, on this occasion.
On this occasion, no. Stop, Jenna! Stop, lad! It's the wrong time! It's the wrong jingle, lad!
You've forgotten!
You've forgotten the wrong trousers, Jono!
Because that's exactly as I talk.
That is exactly your voice.
What I hear.
Thanks, because I've been working on your voice like for about 3 weeks now, and I think I've got it. Jono, stop! Stop! You've got the wrong blooming swim strunks on. Right, anyway, let's welcome back Sasha, because she's only got 50p left in the meter. Sasha, are you there? Are you there, Sasha?
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Bit of sanity for the show. We like this.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
I wouldn't count on that.
I'm really cheesy, and Tom and Jeanette are not cheesy, but sorry about that, Sasha. Your
Just haven't
reputation's going to be ruined, isn't it?
I don't think I had much of a reputation in the first place, so we're fine. We're fine.
I think you do. I think you do. I think you're fabulous. I think you're a wonderful artiste, and you keep getting better. And the problem that we've got is you keep writing better songs every time you produce one. What's that all about?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I can't cope with all these compliments. Yeah. I think it's because life keeps getting more and more dramatic, so I have to keep outdoing myself.
What when you write a song, what inspires you to sort of could it be anything from life? Is it observational, or is it things that happen to you?
It's kind of more like things that happen to me, I think. I try and draw inspiration from. I think recently I've just managed to get myself a studio. Only on Sundays though, which is a bit of a pain, but
Yeah.
because I've only got it that one day a week, I kind of have to force myself to kind of be motivated. Whereas before I was kind of like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Or whereas when you're in that headspace, and you're in an environment where you have to do music, it's quite good to you just sit there and you kind of think, okay, what can I draw upon today? Or like I'll have a title and I'll kind of think about what that might lead to. Yeah,
title's good. I find that myself. And they say that songwriters, you have to turn up for work on a specific time, and sometimes the muse, the inspiration doesn't come, but you need to be there for when it does.
Yeah, exactly. I think also I've been trying to do more stuff for other people, so for other artists, and I think that helps a lot because you are just kind of, you're not so precious because you know the songs aren't for you, so you're not kind of like, that doesn't sound like me, or it's less of a painful process of it. I think, like knowing that you just need to get a song out and then send it over to whoever it needs to be sent to. So
yeah, I'd be interested to hear some of those songs.
Yeah, I'll send you some.
I'd love to hear them. I love what you do, even if you're doing it for somebody else. You've got a talent. And now you're going to sing us a song. What are we going to get now then, Mrs.?
So this is a song called Hangover.
Nice. Happy, upbeat song. Love it.
No. I mean, if you're expecting that, you should have asked someone else.
No, we want you. We want Sasha. We want Sasha. Yeah. Sorry. I'm a bit excited. I think I ate some E-number sweets before I come on. Sorry, Sasha. We'll get out of your way. Let you do your thing. Okay. This is Sasha with Hangover.
Guess I'll just take what I'm given. Seems like it's all I can get. When did I lose all my value? Or waste someone's mistake? 'Cause I'm just the girl in the taxi. He's coming back with me when we I'm tasting the shade in his face. When we wake up, it's always the same. Why'd you have to go ahead and make us just another of your morning after? All of our cards on the table makes it so hard to pretend I could be somebody special, but I just fill the space in that bed. 'Cause I'm just the girl in the taxi. He's coming back with me. When we are kissing, I'm tasting the shame in his face. When we wake up, it's always the same. Why'd you have to go ahead and make us just another of your morning after? We took something to fall, us kept it in my bedroom drawer. Did this become so normal? I don't remember. One day I'm sure they won't regret the night before. Wake up to something more than a hangover. But I'm just a girl in a taxi. He's coming back with me. When we are kissing, I'm tasting the shame in his face. When we wake up, it's always the same. Why'd you have to go ahead and make us just another of your morning after?
Lovely. Transfixed. I was actually looking for your address for your. Let me take that thing off there for your
there it is.
Instagram to share.
Yeah.
But I wasn't quick enough with the fingers because I kept leaning back in my chair instead of typing the words. Because your voice, I mean, I don't know if you know how good you are, but you should know that you're exceptionally talented and you're probably better than you think you are. I don't know, but
yeah.
yeah,
I don't know either.
yeah. Well, I'm telling you, you can.
Well, thank
There's
you very
certain
much.
parts of your voice that just are so stunning. It's all good, but some of it's sort of like hairs on the back of your neck or on your arms stand up.
That's so kind. Thank you.
Couldn't even get to finish to write your blooming Instagram handle and get it up on the screen. I was doing it, and then I just thought, oh, this is really nice. It's really chill.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and moments for me of sort of like you've got an individual thing going on, of course, but moments of Judy Zook, who's a bit sort of like you might think MOR sort of artist, but actually some of her stuff is just so beautiful. Understanding and Stay With Me Till Dawn. There are moments in your voice that Judy Zook style,
That's so
easily as good, and she's had a massive career.
Thank you very much. Well, fingers
yeah.
crossed, eh? After COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Your head's going to be big to get out.
I know.
It should be, because you're really good. Thomas says, great voice. Sounds beautiful, Sasha, says Kim.
Thank you very much.
And Jenny applauds you. So do we. What do you
We all
think,
do.
Jeanette and Tom?
Absolutely amazing. That was just so relaxing and beautiful.
Oh, thank
really
you.
nice.
Yeah, really nice. Love your voice. And yeah, I'd forgotten about Judy Zook. There are touches of that, aren't there? Yeah,
there are. Yeah,
but you know, it is your own voice that is lovely. Yeah.
It's your own. You tread your own path, and you've got a unique talent. And I used to hate when people used to compare some music I'd done to another artist. But actually, I think particularly the British psyche is that sometimes we need to sort of hear, oh, it's a bit of Bowie, or it's a bit of Lou Reed, or it's a bit of Lord, or whoever it is,
yeah, definitely.
So who do you like, Sasha?
Yeah.
Who do I like? I do like Lord, actually. Lord's really cool. I like Phoebe Bridgers. Have you heard of Phoebe Bridgers?
Yeah, love her. Love
Love
her.
her.
Got all her stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, all of her
Stranger
stuff.
in the Alps.
Stranger in the Alps. Yeah.
Love that album.
Oh, yeah, I used to listen to it all the time.
Me too.
Yeah. But I think, yeah, mainly those people. Maybe who else do I listen to? There's this guy called Ethan Grusker who is incredible. And you should definitely listen to him.
Yeah, I haven't listened to them, so link us up with that one, please.
I'll send you an email.
Yeah, do. Yeah, and Phoebe Bridgers is such a great artist. And interestingly, the biggest song last year, I think it was called Taxi Driver by another artist who totally sort of ripped off the Phoebe Bridgers sound for most part of it. Then they went a bit Adele in the second half, so they mixed it from two people.
Everybody rips off Adele, though.
Yeah.
Everybody's the next Adele.
Yeah, but you want to watch out because she writes sort of like songs where she could hunt you down, you know? If you sort of like appear at a party or something and she finds out, she could put it in a song, like, you know. Stalker. Know. She's a stalker. She's like Sting. And Every Breath You Take, she writes stalker songs, doesn't she?
That is very true. I never thought of it like that, but I'll be very careful now.
Well, that, and she tries to set fire to the rain, which is a bit weird. Anyway, that's lovely, Sasha. We're going to go Ice Lolly Crazy, and we'll welcome you back for your third song, probably after we've done that, if that's okay.
No problem.
All right, we'll speak to you in a little while. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Sasha.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, and
we do have some lovely guests on here. You're very good at choosing them, Jono. Very good.
Thank you. I always go for people that are talented, but I also like warm and melodic sound, not just because it's the Warm and Toasty Club, but I do like somebody that's got a real melodic sound to them in voice, or and someone a little bit interesting, a little bit different. There's a lot of people who played the piano, a lot of people play the guitar. I like somebody who just sort of stands out a bit from the crowd, and Sasha certainly does that. She's going to be paying me later in swimming trunks made of wool, probably. No,
in ice lollies, maybe.
No, it's all the truth, all the truth from my mouth. Yeah, we wish her nothing but well, and we'll see her again soon. So we now have, ladies and gentlemen, should we do it? Shall we do it, Tom and Jeanette?
Yeah, do it.
Shall we do it? Should we do it?
Do it.
Quick, Mum, it's the ice cream van.
Well, lick my chops. It's the Ice Lolly of the Week. The Ice Lolly of the Week is back for its second week. I don't know how long we can go. If you like Ice Lollies and you want them featured, if we haven't featured them, tell us the ones you really love. And if there's enough on the list, we'll do it. First up, we have the Mivvy. I've got an old photo. This is of Mivvies back in the day. The strawberry one was the main one, I believe. So later known as like strawberry splits, weren't they? I think. There's some information about them. Mivvy ice creams were originally made by Lion's Made. They had an ice cream centre with a fruity ice outer shell and were available in orange at first, but later strawberry, raspberry, pineapple were added. And Walls afterwards, second, made a similar lolly called a split. That was it. Lion's Made is a brand of ice creams that Ice Lollies created in 1925. Its most commercially successful period was probably during the 1970s, when a vast range of ice lollies were sold. I remember it well. This range often had tie-ins to well-known characters from TV and film and included free gifts. It often involved inventive wrapper designs, and cartoon strips were also launched. Tell me, Tom Hardy, tell me about your experience of Mivvies. Have you any experience with these?
A little bit, not a huge amount of experience, but I remember having the Cornish strawberry Mivvy.
Oh, you do? Wow.
Yeah, which I liked. And
you were there, Tom.
And the raspberry one. Not so sure about the pineapple. I'm not sure not great. But But the other two I liked. Yeah, nice ice cream.
Nice ice cream.
Used to
Yeah.
bite. Used to sort of try and bite the ice bit off, didn't you, and leave the ice cream. Well, I did anyway.
No, I was a savage all my lifetime.
No, yeah.
I bit the whole thing, and
Well,
like,
we know that, but
now I think to myself, why couldn't have I just been like nice and gentle like Tom and just with my teeth just took the icing bit off?
yeah.
And I would have had a better life, wouldn't I, really, Tom?
Well, you may have. I don't know about that. I'm not judging.
Your lollies would have lasted longer.
Yeah, your lollies would have lasted you longer.
Yeah.
Rather
than just having one bite full.
Yeah, lick and gone.
Down in one.
Down in one. Well, I said my father-in-law used to buy ice cream for the family, and by the time he put his change away, he turned around and say, "Is John not having one?" Because it was gone, baby, gone. Do you know? Have you got your earpiece in?
Yeah,
yeah, you're
I
ready.
can hear you.
I know you was poor, but did you ever have a Miffy when you were younger?
No, I didn't. No, I never had one, even when I was older.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
And in the future, I'm not going to have one either.
Well,
The nearest I can think of is that some point, maybe in the last 20 or 30 years, I've had a Solero, which I think was similar. That I think they've got ice cream in the middle and tropical outside, so it'd be a bit like a pineapple movie. I'm guessing. I don't really know.
Yeah, definitely. A Solero would be a modern version. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've
And
had one
they're
of those,
nice.
and it was very nice.
They're lovely. I'm not allowed to have that kind of thing anymore.
No, not me.
We did get a wasabi ice cream the other week just to try it.
Wasabi.
Wasabi. What was that?
Spicy.
It's from Liddell. You heard it, upmarket shop, Liddell. We had one spoon, like tiny end of a spoon of it, and it was so hot and it was terrible. Yeah.
Wasabi,
No.
that's like
Stupid
anchovy
idea.
flavour.
Yeah.
Put that in a sweet thing.
Well, you go to the Isle of Wight, you can go to the garlic place, the garlic museum or growing place, and they have garlic ice cream, and it doesn't necessarily taste like garlic in a bad way. It's really nice. Yeah. Anyway,
didn't Heston blooming heck guy? You have very strange.
Did you have what, Tom?
He had very strange ice creams in his restaurant, didn't he?
He did, yeah, he did indeed. Yeah, he had some weird ones with smoke and garlic and all sorts, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I guess at one point, brown bread ice cream would have been strange, but I've had that and that was lovely. And Christmas pudding ice cream was rather lovely too.
Wow,
I mean,
brown bread.
not so much flavouring, but there was a place in London that used a certain sort of milk for its ice cream.
Certain sort?
Yes, proper human mother's
Oh.
milk.
Human breast milk.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Then what's the difference,
Well, yeah.
Cow, which is
In
really
fact,
odd.
if anything, it's probably better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pure.
Yeah.
Just
Did you try
imagine
some, Tom?
a roll.
Sorry?
Sorry.
Well,
Did you try some?
No, I just, it was on a program. I was like the news or something, and they'd just started up. And I just
remember
thought,
there used to be an ice cream shop in Leicester Square when I was quite young, Dayville's, and there's something like 57 varieties, unlike Heinz. It wasn't all beans, but they had I think it was something like 57 varieties of ice cream flavour, which was a really big deal. The first ice cream parlour that I ever saw. Didn't try.
Yeah, get me the address for later, Tom. Thanks. The other one it's going against is the cider lolly. These were also made by Lion's Made. Other brands were available. They were made from apple juice and special magical ingredients, apparently. It has been said that the recipe originated when small street urchins captured the tears of drunken sailors sleeping on park benches and mixed the obtained liquid with sugar before freezing them on massive blocks of ice found in workhouse kitchens. That's what I got off the internet. Lion's Made also sold them and made them as cider barrel and cider quench. Tell me, Jeanette, in your youth, you had a cider lolly.
I did.
You
Yes,
did?
I think it was
Hallelujah.
possibly, looking at that, I think it was possibly cider barrel was the one that we'd get from the ice cream man. and it was lovely. But of course, you know, the flavour would come out as soon as you sucked it for a little bit, and then you'd have like the kind of brown bottom part of your ice lolly and the top bit that was all getting very smooth, but also very clear because you've sucked all the cider out. I remember that.
Yeah,
Did
you
But they were
lose,
nice.
lose all the flavour though, don't you? That's
You do. You
It
just
goes
get
so
ice.
quickly.
Did you have a cider barrel cider lolly quench, Tom?
yeah, I'm sure I did. I can remember having those sort of appley sort of ice lollies, but I don't know. Didn't find them particularly memorable. I don't think. You know?
That's because you had other things like mivies. If you didn't have a mivy and didn't have a 99,
Yeah, think
then-
on, Tom. You were lucky.
yeah,
Sorry.
rich
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
You rich people
I did have
with your mivies
and your splits and things.
and your splits.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
they completely outshone the poor little cider barrel and cider quench.
Can I ask you both a question? Did you ever have a bat and ball with a lolly like a cider lolly? So the ice cream van would come, you give you the lolly and you say, can you, and that was the bat. They say, can you put the ball on it? And he'd put a splodge of ice cream on the end of the lolly. So you had a bat and ball. That was big in Hackney in my day.
Well,
Big.
I did, but we used to go a bit further than that.
What, put a flake on?
No, you used to have a bubble gum on top of the ice cream.
What the freak?
Where
So
was
that,
it?
Reverse screwball.
yeah,
A reverse screwball. It's the first time we've heard it, ladies and gentlemen. From Tom Hardy, our roving reporter. Wow, Tom. What? So you'd eat the bubble gum first?
mm.
Oh no. You said no, Tom. That's right.
Would call, this is a deconstructed bat and ball. That's what they say when they mess things
But
up.
it's not, is it? Because actually, you get the ball, don't you?
Yeah,
The
but
ice cream is just the glue for the ball, isn't it?
that's blaspheming saying ice cream's just a glue.
Well, it's not a ball, is it?
It's not a ball.
If
No.
you have a round scooper,
It should only be half a ball. Yeah.
What did you call it?
I don't know. I think they just called it a bat and ball, but I just remember they would put the bubble gum from the ones that were at the bottom of the cone.
Screwball.
Screwball, and just put it on your ice cream on your lolly.
Do you know what they sometimes did? Is sometimes you'd have a screwball and you'd get to the bottom to the bubble gum and it was that old, it was all brittle and would fall apart because it just got old. Maybe they would just had surplus bubble gums.
Yeah, or it was just very cold.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a first for you, ladies and gentlemen. What we need you to vote on, and we see you, and I can't read out all the comments because just haven't got time, but we see you, Bob Charles. Welcome along. Anyone that's not joined us before, we're going to ask you, hi Ken, we're going to ask you to pick one of the two of a Mivy ice lolly, or a cider lolly for ice lolly of the week. It's most important stuff. This is the most important news that you need to know about. I'm just reading a few comments. Jenny says, oh yes, Christmas pudding ice cream. She didn't, however, like the brown bread ice cream. I don't like the sound of the brown bread ice cream too.
nice.
Ken says, I've missed most of your show again. Ken, what are you need to sort your life out, mate.
Curry ice cream for Ken, I
Curry
think.
ice cream.
Yeah.
Vindaloo.
Vindaloo.
Ice cream. He loves that stuff. Cider barrels, yummy, says Keith. Kim, who's here on time, thank you, Kim. She says has tried both, but it has to be strawberry Mivy for me. Carol Round, she's lovely. She's from Hackney. She knows about ice lollies because she's from Hackney. She's going for Mivy. What's your vote, people? Are you going from the cider lolly, stroke cider barrel, stroke cider quench, or are you going for the Mivy in strawberry, raspberry, or orange? Says Ken. Yeah, you're right. There was an orange one. That's the original. So
yeah, I like the orange one.
Vote like crazy. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll bring Sasha back while she's got 25p left in the meter. And then we'll do the results after that. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds good, does it? I can see her getting in position. She's just underneath the desk there. We'll bring her forth from the green room. Hi,
Hello.
Sasha.
Hi.
Now, you're very young. And do you know either of these ice creams?
So the cider
cider one.
ice cream.
Yeah.
No, but that sounds really good.
Would be nice. Can you get in your where you're in lockdown? Are you allowed to get deliveries from outside Weld?
Yeah, you can get deliveries. You can get deliveries.
They'd be a bit starved otherwise.
No, yeah. Sorry, stupid question.
They're not allowed to have anything come in and out of that place. No.
Over door.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that through.
I mean, where would you buy a cider ice lolly from?
Asda.
nowadays?
You can get them in
Asda.
Asda. Other brands are available.
I think I did see when I was looking up pictures to put on my score sheet, and so I researched the pictures, and all the cider ones that were just called cider lolly were
Yeah.
all supermarket brands, whereas
Yeah.
like Jono's picture, it showed it was called cider barrel or cider quench.
By
Oh,
Yeah, all
Lions
the
Made.
supermarkets seem to do their own one.
I used
So
to.
I may have to go and invest.
Used to be able to get. Don't know if you can still get these, but in Lidl or Aldi, one of the two, you could get like gin and tonic ice lollies and things like that.
Ooh.
It's quite good actually.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
They do limited runs. Once they're gone, and all that sort of thing, don't they?
It's
Um,
true.
But you can have those little plastic sets with the little handles, can't you? So you can make your own
Yeah,
ice
and
lollies,
then
including gin and
freeze your own
tonic.
thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking a slow gin. That would be nice in a
Ooh,
lolly.
yeah, slow gin would be good.
slow gin.
I only say that because I've got loads of slow gin still from the last batch I made, including Keith Glyn Baker's bottle, which is I can see from here.
So, what about the one with the ice cream in the middle, Sasha? Have you tried that
Oh
supermarket
yeah,
brand?
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried that one. What are they called? Solero.
Yeah, like the Solero. What?
Yeah.
So, would you vote for that one, or would you vote for just like a cider lolly?
I would vote for that one, the
Okay.
previous, the Solero style. I like it. I like the ice cream in the middle.
What we do is if. Oh, sorry to interrupt you. What we do is if there's a draw, that can be the deciding vote.
And
Oh,
did you eat them like Jono, just straight down the Solero?
Straight bite. Do you bite into them, or do you?
Oh God, no.
No, savage, right? Yeah.
God, no. My teeth are too sensitive. Painful.
Well, what I do is you do it, and then afterwards you cover your teeth in Sensodyne, and it's all right. No, I'm savage. Yeah, sorry.
You're a savage. That's how you've got such great teeth. You've built up the resilience.
No, the truth is my teeth are not bad. They're all my own, but I've taken a lot of the enamel off the top, apparently. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm destined for really Austin Powers teeth from now on, going forward.
Perfect.
Yeah. So Sasha, have you got any online things coming up? Anything like you want to tell us about? Any EPs or albums? We spoke before, and you was working on some new stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell
So
us.
I'm at the moment. We've finished off all the new stuff now, and we're just sending it out to everybody, and trying to get a little bit of money together. As you're aware, it's an expensive business. And then hopefully start releasing the songs like maybe autumn time. But yeah, it's just kind of I've really enjoyed kind of just taking my time with it and making the music sound the way that I want it to. And now it's finally there. And yeah, it's just at the moment trying to find somebody to give me some money so that I can put it out or kind of get independent record deal or like a distribution deal or like
would you try something like the Arts Council have been helping out artists, particularly in lockdown times?
Yeah, I think I applied for Arts Council funding, but I don't think I've heard back yet. So
fingers crossed for you. I hope you get
fingers crossed. Yeah. So that's the main thing that I'm working on at the moment, and then doing lots of writing for other people, and hopefully live stuff again when things settle down. But that's kind of not my focus at the moment because I don't know what the world's going to be like in a few months. So
I just think the world will be its beautiful self again, and it'll be what we make of it. And probably it's just wise to keep away from the 24-hour news and from the haters online, and just sort of like, form your own bubble. and just sort of like grab the best bits of life and just select those and mute the rest out. That's what I do anyway nowadays.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, I sound like I'm your father. Sasha, here's your advice, but don't be home after 10 o'clock. All right.
I think that is wise. Don't be out after 10.
Don't be out
Yeah.
after 10. That's the best advice you're going to get. So for your final song, should we just hand it over to you, or did you want to say anything about the song?
I mean, just hand it over. It's called Movie Star. I think I've played it before.
This is a wonderful song, ladies and gentlemen. A lovely artist, a really special Sasha.
Thank you. When I was a young girl, I couldn't wait to grow older. I thought the world was disco ball, nothing was that impossible. I dreamed about romance, and I always had a bigger plan for myself, a story for cinema. Thought that I'd be a movie star, but real life isn't like the movies. Real life isn't all it's cracked up to be. And I'm here, and I've got my broken heart, and I'll wait patiently for my life to start. The one that I saw on the big screen, 'cause real life really disappointed me. And now I really know the truth, and I'm faking love in dark rooms. Turns out nobody measures up so good when you set your heart on Hollywood. I'm waiting on my lucky break, but the money makes my heart ache, and my appetite never traveled far. Kiss me like I'm a movie star. But real life wasn't made for TV. Real life isn't all it's cracked up to be. And I'm here, and I've got my broken heart, and I'll wait patiently for my life to start. The one that I saw on the big screen, 'cause real life really disappointed me. Ooh, ooh, Real life isn't like the movies. Real life isn't all it's cracked up to be. And I'm here, and I've got my broken heart, and I'll wait patiently for my life to start. The one that I saw on the big screen, 'cause real life really disappointed me.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you.
Love that song. Movie Star. Great song.
Beautiful. I remember that from last time on the show.
Just
So
got your
lovely.
parcel, Jono.
Good. Good. I hope it was underneath the car. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on, Sasha. You're a great guest.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for coming and entertaining our gang and being with us and singing your lovely songs. We're going to head off and do a couple of bits before we say goodbye. So good luck with the quarantine and good luck to your friend who's not well. We wish them well, and we wish you much good luck in your future endeavours, and we'll have you back again soon.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Lovely.
Thanks, mate. We'll see you soon, Sasha.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye for now. Wonderful, Sasha. Very patient for the artist, having to wait while I go on and you sort of like don't go on too much and I go on loads.
We encourage you.
You encourage me to go on. Anyway, we're moving on time-wise. We want to know the answer to that big question, Lolly of the Week.
Wow, a lot of people voting today. I think they were so starstruck with Sasha and her lovely music that they forgot to vote. But the answer is...
It's a Mivvy. It's a Mivvy situation.
It's a Mivvy.
It's a Mivvy.
I should try one.
You're going to have to try one now.
Yeah, from the 70s, obviously.
Yeah. Well, Barry might have some in his freezer still. Yeah, back of the freezer. Well done. Mivvy wins.
Yeah.
Good choice. Are there any others out there, people that you want to hear us compare for future Ice Lolly of the Week? If not, we'll move on to something else if we've not got a long list.
Magnum,
going right bang up to date. What would compete against Magnum now?
I don't know, but you'd have to find something, wouldn't you?
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
That's my week sorted for me.
Oh, I like a Magnum. I've tried them and they are really lovely.
Oh, I like a Magnum.
For dinner tonight,
I do like a Magnum.
Magnums.
I really like a Magnum. I do in the afternoon.
Magnum.
I don't know what voice we're doing there.
Like the whole thing, or do you just, break the chocolate
and the stick? You eat all on the stick. Still edible.
Nice.
Yeah, you can buy the mini ones, Jeanette. I don't have them in the house anymore because
they're too small.
They're too small.
Really?
You get the Magnums that are really huge.
The Magna Carta Magnums. Yeah, they're really nice. But what would we put them against? Sasha's probably gone, but if she isn't, I just wanted to say, Carol says, well done, Sasha. Brilliant, beautiful, meaningful song, Sasha. Loved it, says Kim, with a big kiss. Beautiful singing, says Sasha from Leah. And Ken says, lovely song. She's there, I can see, just getting herself unpacked, and she's waving and putting thumbs up. So thanks to everyone for your kindness to Sasha, and for Sasha for being on the show. Now it's time to get rid of that mid. What do we call it? Mivvy. Mivvy is the Ice Lolly of the Week. Celebrate it, people. Here's the poem of the week.
It's poem of the week. It's sometimes short and sweet.
Woo!
It's poem of the week. And it's always magnifique.
Well, today's poem was inspired by a conversation I had with somebody very recently, and it was about octopus or octopi and their tentacles, and about gloves. Whether it's us that have gloves with tentacles on, or whether it's octopus that have gloves. Imagine if octopus had a glove and it had fingers on. Anyway, crazy conversations you have. So this poem is called Octopus by Shirley Hawkins. I'm glad I'm not an octopus. I would find it so confusing. With so many tentacles, I would forget which one I'm using. They would get in such a tangle, all twisted and contorted. It would cause me embarrassment to get my arms all sorted. It could be handy, please excuse the pun, if I was a juggler. It should be lots of fun. I could get quite famous, juggling lots of balls with flair. Children would be fascinated watching all the colours in the air. I'm not an octopus, and I would not know what to do. I am a human being, and arms? I've only two. That was Octopus by Shirley Hawkins. And
blooming marvellous.
Some octopus gloves with lots of tentacles that do all different things, like gadgets.
Thank you, Jeanette. Lovely poem of the week, as always. We're running a little low on time, so we're going to finish up now. But just wanted to say to people, our newsletter's just gone out through the post. That'll be coming out to people. If you've not got it already, hopefully you'll get it next week. If you want a copy and you're not getting a copy, do send us your address. And as long as we've got enough left, we will send you them regularly. With them, there's a feedback form. We'd be grateful if you could put it in the envelope, fill it out and put it back in the envelope. It's all incognito. We're not asking for any personal details. If that comes back to our PO box via the stamped addressed envelope that's included, or if you have it sent to you digitally, it'd be really helpful for us if you could do a feedback form just to see about our work over the last year and if it's had any impact on your life at all. Simply because it helps us to demonstrate what we're doing with funders and alike, and for us to recognize if we're any good or not with what we do. Yes, so do that. Do let me know. You can either send a message here, or you can send us an email at thewarmandtoastyclub@gmail.com. That's us, Tom and Jeanette. That's our week done. Another Friday. We are 60 now.
Quickly.
I know.
I feel it.
Yeah, I know. We're getting on a bit now. We thank you all for being with us. Carol says I got my newsletter this morning. Thank you. Ken says lovely poem, Jeanette. Thank you again for a great afternoon, says Chrissy. Thanks for being with us, Chrissy. Jenny says this show prompts memories that I would never have thought of otherwise. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say. Jenny,
nice.
Thank you very much. Good one, Jeanette, says Carol. Lovely poem, Jeanette. Lovely poem, Jeanette. Lovely poem, Jeanette, from different people. Great show. Have a great weekend, says Thomas. You too. Thanks all for being with us. Stay with us every Friday, all the way till nearly Christmas. We're here. But of course, if the sun's shining, go out and get some good rays. If people want you to go and have a good time, please do go and have a good time. And you can always watch us back on the video pages on Facebook, on the Warm and Toasty Club. Thank you to Jeanette on one side of me, Tom on the other side of me. We're back next week. Yeah. Thanks very much, guys. Have a great week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, 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 everybody. See you next week.
We've all got a tale to tell. Times were not always so. But putting it all aside, we made it through by and by. It's warm and toasty in here. Share our laughter, sometimes tears. You'll be welcome with a cup of tea and a biscuit, maybe 2 or 3, wrapped in a little white cloth, cooking for hours in the old iron pot. There's a jam roly-poly for tea, enough for you and Dad and Grandma and me. What did we like the most? Fish paste sandwich or peas on toast? Nothing could come close to bubble and squeak the day after our son